Well, hello there, guys. This is Stephanie and the Soul Sister Monarch channel. So we're back here to do the bonus reads. So I did the Aries. It literally ended up being 2 hours. That bonus read was crazy. Then it wouldn't upload. Tried for 2 days to upload this video, my daughter and I, and it wouldn't let us do it. It would not let me do it. Anyway, then it ended up getting voided. So sorry guys, I'm gonna have to redo your video. So I've moved on to Sag because I was just so stinking frustrated. But in that Aries, there was like two scenarios going on. There was one where there was someone that had a teenager, and they had friends, and there's a lot going on when that person's not home that they're not aware of. There was another one where somebody had several kids in their family, and there was a lot of weird stuff going on within that whole like family unit. So anyways, and then there was another scenario in there that, because there was like so many people that were popping in and wanted their stories told. So there was another scenario in there, that there was an Aries and a Virgo and a Pisces and a Scorpio and a Libra and a Gemini and Aquarius. And all these people are interconnected from situationships. We'll just put it that way. So there was a lot of people that were interconnected dating that didn't know that one person was dating another, and one person was lying to another. And then there was one person that was fine being the side piece chick. So anyways, it was crazy. And so maybe that's why it wasn't supposed to come out. I don't know. But I'm going to redo you guys. Don't you worry. I have not forgot about you. So this is the bonus read for our Sagittarius. So, tons of cards came out when I was shuffling. I don't know what's going on here in the story. I just let them fall out and I just threw them all down. So we're going to start this out though. However, talking about you guys specifically. Then we're going to go back and we're going to go through all these cards and we'll throw a bunch more in to get the story and what's really going on here, because I know it's I know it's interesting. We've got lots of stuff. We've got a bunch of reversals going on, some good, some bad. So anyways, all right guys, so thank you for being here. I'm really happy that you guys are a part of the tribe. This is a healing channel. It's a truth channel. There's exposure that goes on, but the exposure is to help people out that need it. I channel what's supposed to come out. I don't know what's going to come until I tap in and I find out what's really going on. But I know there's a lot of you out there that are having missing pieces to your puzzle. I know a lot of you out there are very intuitive and you're questioning what you think you know about something. And so hopefully we can get you some truth here so that what you thought you were on track about, it really is. So that's what we want to do. We work on something I've always kind of struggled with my whole life is reacting instead of responding. And you'll only find me when I get in that mode with people when I've been pushed way too far. And that's my fault for allowing people to do that. And you heard me say allowing. So that's called boundaries. And that is another thing that I really want to work with all of you guys on this channel is personal boundaries, and codependency, because it doesn't necessarily my cousin and I were just talking about this a minute ago before I started the video. And oh no, it wasn't it was my other girlfriend, because I was talking to both of them back and forth before I started this. But she lives in Vegas, and we were just talking about this, and she says, well, I'm not really codependent. And I says, it doesn't mean that you have to be codependent. It can be that people are codependent on you. And that's where your boundaries aren't set to protect yourself. So that's another thing, is that we want to learn how to protect our own emotional well-being as well as our physical well-being and our families. So a lot of you have been through a lot of turmoil, trauma, tragedies in your life, and you're going through awakenings and you're not sure what's happening. So I'm glad you found me, because that's what our goal here is, to help each other out. And if you are going through an ascension, spiritual awakening, I have a lot of videos for you to go back and look at. So please go back, guys, and start at the bottom and work your way up. My videos are timeless. I don't timestamp. I never will, because I learned a long time ago when I was becoming a Reiki practitioner that things happen for a reason, and the time is divine timing. And so I might make a video and you might come across it months later, and that's actually happening to you at that time. That's called divine timing, okay? A lot of times you guys will watch videos and you're like, this doesn't even resonate to me. I don't even know what the hell she's talking about. And then a couple months later or something, you're like, wham, bam, this just happened. Oh my God, I know she talked about this, da-da-da-da-da, back when. So just remember, guys, it doesn't always have to be happening now. It could, and sometimes you'll watch a video and it already happened, and you're like, oh my God, that just happened. Now I understand. Now this makes sense to me. So that's the other part. I don't just read on this channel and connect. I'm trying to put out videos too on a lot of subject matter that we're all familiar with, that we all maybe struggle with. So please go watch the soul sessions and get inclined in those. Watch the ones on transformation, metamorphosis. I'm going to get a bunch more of those up and going. I have some other series I'm going to start. I just started the 3 Blind Mice. Watch that. But if you come across, I do my thumbnails. I put a lot of attention, and so does my daughter, when we do the thumbnails. And so if you come across a thumbnail of a video, and the thumbnail is, what actually that video is about. It's what you see when you're scrolling down through the videos. If that thumbnail and something in it catches your attention or it resonates with you in some way, but you're like, well, I don't know an earth sign. Remember, guys, your sun sign, and I'm going to pound this into the ground forever, is a very small part of who you are. That is the day you were born. It's very important in that matter. So I'm not trying to take away from that at all, but your whole birth chart is very important. You can have, so I'm a Libra Scorpio. That's my sun sign. I'm a cusper. So, but throughout my whole birth chart, I'm very heavy in fire. I'm very heavy in water, and very heavy in air too. And I have a bunch of earth placements. But if you go and look through on my chart, you'll see that I'm heavy in all these different places. So that does not mean I'm ruled and I make all my decisions by my birth sign, okay? We have houses, you guys, and there's planets that are in all these houses when you're born. And that means specific things. Each house means a specific thing, and the planet, the day you were born, and how it was lined up. And so if you know what that house means and what that planet is, and with the planets that lined up the day you were born, you'll be more able to navigate through your life and understand relationships better, jobs, and different things. You'll know where your weaknesses are. So eventually I'll get a series going on and all of that too. So anyways, let's get going and let's get into this, because I'm really excited of all the stuff that I want to share with you guys. So let's go. Okay, so Sagittarius, I like to say you guys are the players of the zodiac. You're just naturally born fun hogs. You guys are. You're just naturally born fun hogs. And I love Sagittarius. They're not easy to date because the player mode. And it doesn't mean that that's who you guys really are. But that is part of your characteristics and your genetic makeup, believe it or not. But I love Sagittarius. So you guys are fire, you know. You guys are super fiery. Um, Sagittarius, they're very creative. Very, very, very. Sagittarius are super, super duper creative. So, you guys are born from November 22nd to December 21st. The Sagittarian spirit is optimistic and forward looking. This is the sign of the traveler. This is the sign of the wanderer. So, I always like to say you guys like are natural born kind of gypsies, vagabonds in a way, you know. It's just part of your spirit. For whom the whole wide world is home. Okay, so you are the wanderer, the traveler, for whom the whole wide world is home. Okay, it's a positive. You are a positive, mutable fire sign, which is sociable. You guys tend to be restless, tend to get bored easy, and movement. And you like to move. You need move. You need to move. You need to go. A lot of you love sports, love activities because you get those big thigh muscles going, and you know get that lactic acid going through your whole body. So, this is my Sagittarius card. You guys are amazing. So, you are your polarity is positive. Your glyph is the arrow. Your mode is mutable. Your element is fire. Your ruling planet is Jupiter. And the parts of your body that a lot of Sagittarians will struggle with is hips and thighs. Eyes. A lot of times Sagittarius will have issues with degenerative eye disease, things of that nature, retina tears. A lot of Sagittarius they wear glasses and contacts. It's just, I don't know why it is, but it is. Some Sagittarians have problems with their hands and arthritis. Okay, so the sun in Sagittarius, your life purpose is to explore, discover, and set yourself free on adventure. This is a philosophical sign. With the sun here, you engage in a quest for deeper meaning and knowledge. So your planet here will radiate your fiery confidence that you have, taking a long-range approach and needing breathe in and freedom. Any form of confinement will be counterproductive. So you guys do not like to be controlled. No, you do not like to be controlled. You don't like to be told what to do. You guys have minds of your own. It's amazing how you guys have minds of your own. A lot of Sagittarius they're free thinkers. They're usually open-minded. They're usually first to go, hey, I dare you to do this, and they're, oh, I'll do it. I'll be the first one to do it. Sagittarius have a lot of times are show-offs, but it's not that they're showing off to be the show-off. It's just they carry a lot of confidence about them, self-assurance, and so a lot of times people look at that as a show-off, but they're just very confident in who they are. So that's something sometimes you guys can struggle with, as people perceiving you as that way when you're not. It's just kind of naturally who you are. A lot of Sagittarius are very outgoing individuals. A lot of you like the limelight. Yeah. A lot of you will totally go towards the limelight. That's another thing. Okay, so if you're on the cusp in this area of your life, you hear the call to adventure. This is a part of you that invites exploration and where you feel a more exciting world awaits you. So if you're on the cusp, you're going to be more adventurous. You're going to be more explorative, and that's because you're trying to balance the two signs. Whenever you're a sun is on the cusp, you will always struggle with balancing because you got two signs there that you're trying to balance out. Okay, so a lot of Sagittarius, they're really into archery. They'll be into hunting. they love things like that. A lot of them are skiers, cross country. Um, and of course, hello, the symbol is the archer, okay? Um, so, one thing about Sagittarius, they will shoot for the moon. I mean, their dreams are bigger than themselves. And there's so much, it's because they see potential in things that other people can't see, and they see possibilities that other people can't see. It's really a remarkable thing, because you guys are actually quite intuitive, um, and you don't even know it. So you kind of have a sixth sense of things that a lot of you, it's just kind of, it's innate. It's just with you, and you don't have to do anything. It's just there. So just imagine if you tapped into that, you know? Okay. So the Centaurian is also linked to the half horse, half man, suggesting both a love of wild nature and a world of philosophic contemplation. Okay. You guys like to broaden your mind. And I said just a minute ago that you guys are open-minded people. You like, Sagittarius like to learn. Um, Love to travel. Love traveling. A lot of Sagittarius can't stay in one place for very long, because they get that itchy feet. Um, a lot of I had a friend. I loved her so much. She was so great. And she couldn't stay anywhere longer than 5 years. It didn't matter. And she'd be at the 5 year mark, and she would pack up and she'd go to a new state. She didn't care if she knew somebody or not, or had family or friends there. If she got that itch, she'd find a job, she'd pack up, she'd start all over, and she would go. It was hilarious. Um, yeah, right now she's in New York. And she's loving it. She's having a great time. She's made a whole new life. And she's funny because a lot of Sagittarius will do this. So when you take off and you start, she'll say, don't get offended if I don't call Steph. Don't get offended if you don't only hear from me now a couple times a year. Doesn't mean I don't love you. Doesn't mean I don't think about you. And doesn't mean that I have forgotten about all those memories and all the fun times we had together. It's just what I do. I go and I create a whole, it's almost like they create another life, a whole nother existence. But lots of people can get offended and will think that they're forgotten, and they're not. They don't. They're giant Sagittarius. You guys are lovers. You're total lovers. Okay. Not the greatest partners for love sometimes, though, especially when you're young. Once a Sagittarian sows their oats, they've played the field, they've played themselves out, then they usually will want to have like some kind of a family life or a monogamous relationship. But Sagittarius, they can, a lot of them can enjoy the swinger life. A lot of them can be bisexual, because that just doesn't even cross their minds, which, hey, own it. If that's what you want to be, just own it and be honest about it, right? Okay. I talked about the great outdoors. You guys love the outdoors. I mean, competition. You guys are competitive as hell. Oh my God. Get into a competition with a Sagittarius. It's kind of like Libras are completely competitive. So are Scorpios. So are Capricorns. Leos. Yeah. Let's see. Sorry, I got off track there. At the heart of this sign, wandering is a search for meaning. So, because you guys are natural wanderers, and I call you seekers too, you're always searching and seeking for the meaning of life, the meaning of yourself, the meaning of just things that interest you. You guys have a very wide range of interests, okay? A lot of you guys have a lot of interesting hobbies, crazy interesting hobbies. But you guys you want the answer to the bigger questions of life. You seek for the answers of the bigger questions, okay? Sagittarians honestly can appear to be very blunt at times, okay? Communication sometimes with them tends to be uninhibited. So remember that. Bigger is better in their mind. More is better than less. The philosophy. Oh, like you go shopping and say you girls do this. I don't know about guys, but say you find a shirt, a certain style of a shirt you like. Women will buy every color in that shirt. That's a Sagittarian. Okay. Find a pair of shoes you like. Oh, I'm going to buy every color in that shoe. That's a Sagittarian. Okay. And they are great at sensing new opportunities. All right. They always try to have a very optimistic outlook at life. They can tend to be possessive, farsightedness, and that's because the confidence that they believe that they possess, that is, that's everything to them, and to them, everything will work its way out in the end. If that makes sense. They don't, like I said, they do not like to be trapped. They don't like to be fenced in. They don't like to be controlled, and they don't like to be told what to do. So, to get a good response out of a Sagittarius, you better be very careful on how you deliver a message to them, okay? Because they'll cut you off. They don't have any problems cutting you off and moving on to the next. That's just kind of something that they can do. But their need for adventure and freedom can sometimes result in them not being committal in relationships. So, like I said, sometimes the swinger lifestyle can appeal to them. The open relationship, a lot of them can be bisexual because it's expressing their freedom, their authenticity, their individuality. But if you trap them, you try to put your thumb down on them, you'll lose them. Yeah. You guys are you're ruled by Jupiter. And because of that, that does give you guys a sunny, optimistic look on life. Okay. But remember, they also have a dark side. Okay. Sagittarians have a very dark side. When you upset them, or you try to control them, or you try to overrule over them, or if you backstab them, you better run and hide. Okay. And they have if they do go into that low vibing energy, that's where the player comes out, the cheater, and they can tend to get into depression. So Sagittarians have to be careful of that. They're not. You guys aren't noted for being careful, and so sometimes you come off as careless. And because you can be brutally honest, you can come off as being rude. That's another thing. Um, you guys aren't so much care about precision and being exact and being right. That's not you guys' deal. That's really not. Um, Sometimes they can be very what you call scatterbrained, um, ditzy. And that's because the Sagittarian's brain is always running on overdrive. I mean, when you're talking to them, they're thinking of the next conversation already. So, all right, let's move on. Okay, so that's Jupiter. So we're going to talk about Jupiter. Hold on. Leo. All right, Jupiter. Okay, Jupiter is the planet of growth and opportunity, the largest planet in the solar system. Jupiter's main feature is its great red spot, a vast storm reminiscent of the thunderbolts of Zeus, Jupiter's Greek equivalent. Jupiter is a lawgiver, but a charitable one. Its alternative name of love gives us the word. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the alternative name of love gives us our word jovial. Okay? Okay, so you guys are the rulers, the co-rulers of Pisces too. You guys are the rulers, but your day of the week is Thursday. The metal that you guys connect with is tin. The color is purple. So Jupiter in the sky. So Jupiter's circuit through the zodiac takes just under 12 years, with the planets spending about 1 year in each sign. Consistent with the image of the well-fed benefactor, Jupiter bulges in the middle. So the myth, the equivalent of the Roman Jupiter is Greek Zeus, and the Babylonian Marduk, high gods ruling over the respective pantheons, both beneficent and I can't talk today, autocratic. From this, we gain our astrological idea of Jupiter as a lawmaker. Okay? So, you guys like to wield the. Okay? Jupiter in the world around us. Under Jupiter's umbrella sits lawyers and legal systems, universities and colleges, religious organizations, publishing houses, and the gambling industry. A Jupiterian object might be a lottery ticket or a hot air balloon ride. So you guys tend to draw good fortune to yourselves, opportunities, blessings. You tend to be enthusiastic and you can pull yourself together when others can't. You have a ginormous zest for life. You can, like I said before, you see opportunities, possibilities, and you do tend to create with your huge zest of life and the positivity, the bigger than life persona you guys can create. In that mode, in your high vibe, you will attract a ton of abundance into your life. Okay. All right. Okay. Jupiter here also brings a powerful sense of abundance and a desire to roam free. You are broad-minded and desire lots of experiences, broadened experiences, okay? So I talked about opportunities, good fortune, enthusiasm, confidence, ethics, adventure, okay? All of this is ruled by Jupiter, okay? So we're just going to talk in a minute about moon nodes, okay? So you have your north node and you have your south node. And I'm just going to touch this for a sec since the book opened to this and I'm doing it on each bonus. So, when you're not awakened, and I know you guys hear the word karmic all over. I hate the word. I wish I could come up with something different. Eventually I will because it's so overused. But it is true. So, when you're not in your life purpose, when you're working through karma, when you're working through past life stuff, lessons that keep being fed up to you and towers that keep coming, and you're not, you keep repeating them. That is you working in your south node, okay? So we want to be in our north node. Our north node is where we work when we've been awakened and we are stepping out of those past patterns that caused us a lot of trauma, okay? Or a lot of repeated karma or a lot of past repeated lessons. When you're in the north node, you are now stepped into that. You are now going forward and you're not going backwards. You might have backwards days. You might make some backward decisions. And you will go backwards a little bit, but you'll notice it right away and you'll go, oh, no. Been here, done that. Not doing that again. No way, no how. And you'll get back on course, okay? When you're in the south node, you'll stay more comfortable in all that toxic energy and the toxic people because it's easy. Spirituality isn't easy. Getting in your life purpose is not easy. Going forward is not easy. And I know you guys know this. So once you finally make the turn and you stay in your south node, it's an amazing turn of how you'll feel. I've gone back and forth before because you get tested to see how far. And you'll ascend to certain levels because there's levels of this. And when you get to a certain level, Spirit will be like, oh, you're looking a little too comfortable here. I need you to make some more progress. So we're going to throw a test at you just to see if you're willing to go back to that south node and try this again. So they'll send someone, something towards you that'll be better than the last thing that took you down. Okay? And it'll be tempting. And you'll want it. And a lot of times you'll go for it. But the trick is, will you stick yourself back in that south mode, in that experience, in those people that you know the outcome is gonna be total drama, total zero transformation, life lessons, and probably set you back in your life super far, okay? So just remember that. Okay, so that's north node, south. You'll hear we readers talk about this on a constant, we talk about this constantly, getting out of your south node and stepping into your north node, okay? Okay, so the wheel of rulership, okay? So that's where all your there's certain planets that are in specific zodiac signs, okay? Some zodiac signs have 2 planets. So, like Pisces, Aquarius, Scorpios, you guys all have 2 planets that are lined up in your zodiac. So that's double trouble. Thank goodness you guys don't. You just have Jupiter that rules over you, okay? So each sign is ruled, so I'm just going to read this so it explains it better than I do. Each sign is ruled by the planet or planets with which it has the most affinity. Traditional astrology uses only the 7 traditional planets. From the Sun through Saturn, contemporary astrology adds Uranus, Neptune, Pluto into the rulership scheme. Okay, there's all different kinds of astrology, guys. There's Vedic, there's Western, there's so each one's different, but this is Western that we're talking about here. Okay, so using rulership in your birth chart, everything in a chart occupies a zodiac sign. Each of your planets occupies a particular sign, and so will the 4 angles. Okay, your angles are ascendant, descendant, the MC, and the IC. Okay, so we'll use your ascendant sign for example. So say Sagittarius, your Libra, your ascendant sign, okay? So your ascendant sign means when, say you walk into a room and you're meeting people, or you're on a job interview, or it's a family function. Your ascendant sign, when you show up in that way, is not Sagittarius. It's Libra. So people, when they first meet you or see you, or you're in a situation like that, the Libra is coming out of you. That zodiac sign in that angle is how people perceive you. So they won't be perceiving you as a Sagittarius. You'll be perceived as a Libra, because the Libra will come out in you in that kind of a situation. So anyways, each house, each angle, they all represent different things. And then whatever zodiac lined up the day you were born there is what you're strong in. So everybody's got to get off these sun signs and thinking it's the all end to be all, because it's not. There's so many people that think, oh, I'm a Sagittarius. I'm Sagittarius all over. And they don't even act like a Sagittarius, or they're kind of a Sagittarius, but they don't relate to Sagittarius stuff. And I guarantee if you did your birth chart, and you found out, oh my gosh, look, you're so heavy in earth energy. Well, no wonder why you act like an earth sign, okay? I hope you guys understand that. All right. The zodiac sign occupied by a planet or angle will give us information about the style in which that planet or angle expresses itself. The sign occupied by a house cusp, in other words, the beginning point of a house, indicates how you approach the issues and activities of that house. So the sign modifies anything that is placed in it, okay? The planetary ruler of that sign will then give us further information about how that planet, angle, or house cusp expresses itself. For instance, you guys probably get lost in this because you have to know astrology. Just listen, take it in, and let it go. Okay, so let's think of it this way. So a person with the sun in Capricorn, okay, that's your birth sign. Saturn, the ruler of Capricorn, gives further information about what shapes that person's sense of identity and their goals in life. So then we can look to Saturn's position in that chart. And if it's in the 7th house, for example, that's about commitment and relationships, okay? So this will be the heart of that person's journey. Sun, or if you have, say you have Virgo in your 11th house or your cusp, that's all about friendship and how you get along with people. So then you would be shaped by both Virgo and by its planetary ruler, Mercury, including Mercury's position in your chart. Okay, I know that probably lost a bunch of you, but as we go and you stay on the channel, we talk about these things more, you'll catch on. So everything in a chart occupies a zodiac sign. Each of your planets occupies a particular sign, okay? So that's just a little bit on that. All right. Every transit has a purpose and carries a personal message if we are prepared to ask the right questions and engage with what is going on. Become what you are. Okay. All right. So that's out of my book. So that gives you guys some extra stuff on your lovely selves because you guys are amazing. I love Sagittarians. I really, really do. Okay. So let's get to... You know what I think I'm going to do? Okay, I'm going to end, because I've been having issues with how long the videos have been going, and then trying to upload them and running out. So I'm going to end this here. We're going to get back on, start a new video, and we're going to get the cards out. We're going to have some fun here, and I'm going to talk about some really fun things with you guys, and that will be part 2. Okay, so I'll see you guys in just a minute. Don't forget to go to part 2.